We're going to get you your water and put a lot of pressure on your governor. And frankly, if he doesn't do it, you're going to get a new governor.
Could this be the end of the water wars in the Valley? President Trump promising more water to Valley farmers, to more farmland. But how does it work? And could Governor Newsom stand in his way? Plus, 9 days until the primary, the two frontrunners to become Fresno's next mayor go head-to-head in a candid conversation on the issues. They also call out their critics. And we have brought in the very best for our panel, from water to the fireworks in Vegas on the debate stage and the governor's State of the State. It's all on KC24, Sunday Morning Matters.
Now, from KC24, your local election headquarters, with your host, Alexan Balakian. This is Sunday Morning Matters.
Good Sunday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alexan Balakian. Please join the conversation at Real Alexan. Use the hashtag Sunday Morning Matters. We begin with what could be the first knockout blow to the water wars in California.
Okay, because I'm going to be signing a very important piece of legislation that is going to give you a lot of water and a lot of dam and a lot of everything, and you'll be able to farm your land.
Thousands of Trump supporters treated to a 44-minute off-the-cuff speech. It ended with the historic signing of a federal water memorandum that could put the wheels in motion to deliver more water to Valley farmers. Let's face it, water is complicated here in the Valley. It's been a fight for farmers over generations, but now, with a new mix of science and technology, President Trump is promising to allocate more water to more farmland to produce more revenue for the region and the world.
This is a big step.
With the stroke of a pen, President Trump is looking to produce a new lifeline of water to Valley farmers.
You need the water. You need water. It's really simple. And you have the water. You just need a signature. You're going to have one today. And that was the tough one.
It makes sense environmentally, it makes sense economically, and it makes sense from an engineering standpoint.
The president's water watchdog, the Secretary of Interior, David Bernhardt, now armed with new biological opinions and science that he hopes will deliver the knockout punch to the water wars that have plagued Valley farmers for generations. It's something Congressman Devin Nunes says he's constantly been in the president's ear about.
When I would be in meetings with him, he'd say, "Do you know they have these pumps there that don't even run half the time?" And I'd say, "Yes, Mr. President, I'm the one who told you that story originally."
The new water memorandum aims to remove restrictions on water supplies, expands the window to transfer water from July through November, and increase pumping during storms when fish are not endangered. The administration also states the biological opinions will provide more than 600,000 acre-feet of new water to the Valley, which will allow another 240,000 acres of land to be farmed. It's being labeled as the water blueprint to recharge the Bryant-Kern Canal.
You might have a dry January and a very wet February. Why would you pump in the wrong month? And so they're going to look at real-time monitoring and make sure that there is the ability to pump, and when there is that opportunity, take it.
The new science behind it also says it protects the Delta smell and salmon runs, which has been at the center of the controversy.
The salmon populations have ebbed and flowed over time with no correlation to the amount of water that was being let down and out to the Delta that goes out to the ocean.
But there is another hurdle to pass. The state, Governor Newsom, has yet to offer his blessing on this new water memorandum. He has ordered his administration to pursue a lawsuit to block implementation of the biological opinions.
All we need is a governor, and we can be nice to him, we can be rough with him, we can do whatever we have to do.
So a new federal water memorandum. Again, no blessing from the governor. That's where we begin with our star-studded panel here. Let's take roll call. News Director for GV Wire, Bill McEwen, is here. Longtime Valley farmer and Professor Paul Betancourt. And Senior Advisor for Emerge America, also former California gubernatorial candidate and former National Political Director for Hillary Clinton, Amanda Renteria. Thank you all for being here. I do want to start here with Jim Costa's statement, because I thought it was important to add a little bit to this. A Democrat in Congress saying, quote, "I've been calling for the biological opinions to be updated for years, and I'm pleased to see the process that began during the Obama administration come to completion." Amanda, I'll start with you. Should Governor Newsom try to block this?
Listen, so let me just say that one of the saddest things is that this president does is he's able to get headlines in any way he wants. The truth is he just passed a budget that cut the ag department by 8%, just passed a budget that will push 700,000 people off food assistance. And by the way, it's under his jurisdiction that we have had the highest record of farm bankruptcies over the last 8 years. And so the idea that he's going to come to the Valley and say, I really care about the ag community, I don't know where that's been over his time. And so I do worry about the fact that, can he get a headline on a memorandum? What I would have liked to see is a lot more work being done on storage when he did have the ability to actually put infrastructure in place when he first started in office.
Paul, what do you say to what Amanda is talking about? And Valley farmers, I mean, you have been a longtime farmer. What do you think this is? Is this headlines or is this real?
This is great having the president here and on your side. Concerned about substance. I mean, this doesn't even rate as an executive order. You know, we need legislative permanent solutions. This can all be undone by, if he's not reelected in November, or the next president. It's a step in the right direction.
So is this about getting a vote?
Well, it's the biggest dog and pony show in the world. So, yeah, there was some PR in that. Is the governor going to oppose it? I would be surprised if he didn't. So, you know, this is a step in the right direction from the farmer's perspective, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Bill, you have covered the so-called water wars, and again, I put those in quotes because really that's a California thing. You have environmentalists, you have a governor really competing with the administration, and Congressman Devin Nunes has been fighting for water, what he calls water and more water allocation to farmers in his district. Is it a victory for Congressman Nunes and the Trump administration?
So what do you mean by a victory? What I see here is President Trump comes in here and makes a big deal. Meanwhile, there had already been a lot of ongoing conversation about voluntary agreements. Let's examine these biological opinions. Let's see if updated technology and science can really help this. You didn't hear anything about the Endangered Species Act. And you can pass all the memorandums in the world you want and all the voluntary agreements you want. The Endangered Species Act is still the law of the land. And so if the voluntary agreements do not help bring back the endangered fish, if they don't help the wildlife, it's not going to happen. Final point. No one talked about the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act. And in fact, they're talking about adding acreage to farming. This is from the twilight zone, because we're going to be retiring land here, especially land where there are no water rights and farmers have just been pumping. And all your so-called white lands down in Kern County, where Kevin McCarthy's from, they're under the gun, and many of those lands will be retired.
Paul, you were going to say.
But, you know, if the number is correct, 600,000 acre feet being brought into the valley would help with the groundwater recharge just by itself. And that would help stabilize you know, the conditions under the Groundwater Management Act.
Now they
were talking about expanding.
No, I saw
but
that.
Here's the deal. They said this is no silver bullet, and they understand that. A lot needs to be done, like Paul, you're talking about. And Amanda, if you were sitting in Newsom's chair, how are you game planning this rebuttal, if you will, according to the Trump administration? He's been already trying to block any other biological opinions. If you were sitting in his chair, how would you handle this?
I think you've got to really take a look at it and say, how much time do you actually spend on a gimmicking political event, essentially. And I think what you're seeing from a lot of governors, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, is they know that they have real things they are facing every day. And to spend too much time on this, frankly, I want the governor to be working on things that are going to actually move the ball forward. This is a response to, again, a political event that I think is, as I said, a little bit sad when we're seeing bankruptcies up 65% year over year here in the state of California.
So more water doesn't help that. Does more water help farmers get out of the red, so to speak?
Absolutely. Yeah, we need to bring every acre foot of water we can into the valley.
But is President Trump doing enough, or is he sugarcoating things?
Yes. This is a step in the right direction, and it's sugarcoating.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a campaign event.
You got 30 seconds punctuated, Bill.
So I would note that much of the language and the theory behind this was written out of Congressman Costa's office quite a long time ago, and others are taking credit for it.
All right.
This is not new.
It's an interesting endorsement for Congressman Costa right there.
Well, some people will say it's not an endorsement.
All right.
Use it against him.
Okay, we got to cut it there. Still to come, a candid conversation with the two frontrunners in a hotly contested race. That race is for Fresno's next mayor, Jerry Dyer. Andrew Jans in studio, face to face, just 9 days before the primary.